Good evening everyone. Today I am going to give a speech on the pelvic text named Ardhavira Phnama. Before that I want to tell you, if you have any question, you can ask me after my lecture, after my speech. Ardhavira Phname or Ardhavira Phnama in Gujarati is also known as Ardhavira Phnamu. It is a book of righteous viras. It is a book of soul, of a journey of a soul to heaven and hell, undertaken by Viras, popularly known as Ardhavira, during the reign of King Shapur II, from 309 to 379 Christian era. It is the most elaborated text in the entire Zoroastrian scriptures. This journey was undertaken to dispense the doubts about the religion and ritual. Ardhavira Phname is one of the most popular books among the Parsis. It teaches morality and ethics in a different manner. 60% of the book, that is from 83 to 101 chapters, is a graphically descriptive account of punishments of souls in hell. 20% of it on account of heaven. 10% of the text, that is from chapter 1 to chapter 4. It is a situational narrative of a times of a doubt preceding journey. 10% of the text is direct admonitions from Ahura Mazda, Saroshezer and other souls to Ardhavira. Then, king gathered 40,000 priests in the fire temple of Atur Phanaba, out of which 400 were selected. All were very orthodox with the Zoroastrian religion. From them, 40 were selected and finally 7. Then 7 selected the best and the holiest among themselves. That was Ardhavira. Ardhavira was studying religion from the age of 7. 7 sisters of Ardhavira was worried about him. King assured his safety and told them that a greatness is awaiting him. Further, he also told to sisters that their brother is under special protection from heaven and he will receive to earth after 7 days. So the 7 holy men remained inside the temple, left in the temple, and 40,000 priests and king surround fire temple. Ardhavira drank a consecrated wine from a golden cup. He remained in the state of repose for 7 days. After 7 days, his soul came to body, ate food and asked for a scribe to whom he can dictate what all he saw. After his soul left his body, the soul went to spiritual world. Saroshezer received the soul and asked him that you have come before your time. Ardhavira recounted the purpose of visit. Saroshezer verified its intentions and found them to be true. Saroshezer took Ardhavira across the Chinvad bridge. At the Chinvad bridge, Saroshezer was an escort and a guide throughout the spiritual journey. From the Chinvad bridge, Ardhavira could see the earth. He saw a person who was recently died, who was sitting on the head of the body and was happy. The soul was happy because it knew on account of his goodness, wisdom and love for God, the Chinvad bridge will become broader. Before him came a maiden. It was his conscience, or Dena. Her beauty was on account of virtues, charity, preservation of sacred fire, sincerity in performance of ceremony. The heaven is just like a garden of flowers, with the smell of rose and amber, and cool wind blowing. The maiden and Ardhavira journeyed across the bridge hand in hand. Their first step took them to the Star Payag, means a second heaven. Their second step took them to the Mahapayag, the third heaven. The third step took them to Khorshid Payag, the fourth heaven. And the fourth step took them to the Garuthman base, means fifth and the highest heaven. The other highest stages of heavens are Asar Roshni, the sixth heaven, and Anagra Rocha, the seventh. Saroshesar took Ardavira to a Chinvat bridge. There he saw a dog with a collar and golden chain. Saroshesar told Ardavira not to worry, as Dam, Rashne, Asta, Vehive, and Adaryasan were with him. These all angels were visible to Ardavira. Ardavira paid homage to them. Further, the dog is known as Zareen Gosh, means one having golden ears. He was keeping a watch, he was making a noise and keeping watch to prevent Ariman to pass. Saroshesar instructed him to enjoin the people of the world to take care of these animals, especially the dog. Ardavira saw Meher Yazar on the throne. Besides him was the Rashna Yazar holding the scale, and 5,000 Yazatas were on the right side of Meher Yazar. Ardavira, then Bamanamesaspan led Ardavira to the golden throne of God. The golden throne was immense, glorious, and was surrounded by thousands of angels. Ardavira paid homage to the throne. Ardavira was again taken back to the Chinvat bridge. At one side was the Hamistagan. Hamistagan means a place where equal good and evil deeds people stay there. The misfortune about that place is it is excessive heat and cold. Ardavira was again took back. Bamanamesaspan, Ardivesamisaspan, and Saroshesar took him to Adivesamisaspan. Adivesamisaspan told Ardavira that once he had put wet wood on the fire. Ardavira assured that he will take care and use the only best and driest wood. Adivesamisaspan told Ardavira that a wood must be dry for at least 12 months. Adivesamisaspan took Ardavira to a river which was having foul stenching. It was on account of wet wood. Then Saroshesar and Bamanamesaspan took Ardavira down to the hell to show the punishment inflicted on wickeds. He saw a souls were floating on river with fetid water, shouting with fear, being drowned, but nobody hurt them. Noxious creatures bothered them. This river was made out of tears of mankind for the departures. Grieving immoderately is considered a major sin. Praying for the soul is our duty, and grieving for them is sinful. Hope in future existence and faith in justice of God should take away all the regrets about death. Ardavira then went down to hell. Ardavira went to hell. He saw a soul who was sitting on the head of the body and was lamenting, was crying. It was bothered by noxious animals. It was tormented with devils. As he was creeping and shouting, the most disgusting wind emanated, and from that the most demonical form appeared. It was his Dena, his conscience. The Dena said, "Your evil works has made me ugly." He led the soul from the neck and put down to the foot of the Chinvat bridge. The Chinvat bridge became as narrow as the edge of the sword. Soul tried to totter but fell into the hell. Ardavira then again came across to a dark, cold and fetid place. The souls were guilty of unnatural sex. They were feeling lonely and they were creeping, they were crouching, and noxious animals bothered them. Scorpions and serpents bothered them. He also saw a woman who was compelled by demons, was made to drink horrible liquid because she did not maintain sacred things at the time of her periods. Ardhavira saw a man who was biting his own arms because he was an ungrateful man and never thanked God or benefactor for anything, and he did not help poor from his surplus. Ardhavira also saw souls. A group of souls were surrounded by reptiles and noxious creatures. Why? Because they neglected to wear Sudren Kusti, did not cover their head and feet, and did not follow the laws laid down by the religion. Ardhavira saw a man who was made to drink horrible liquid. When resisted, was flogged and showered blows. He was a person who used false weights and measures and used adulterated goods. Then he saw a man who was surrounded by evils, was being flogged with snakes. The snake flogged him all over his body because he was a tyrant who he abused his authority, made his subjects unhappy, and did not listen to petitions. A man who was a tormentor of animals was cut into pieces by demons. He saw a man was being torn by dogs limb by limb because he harassed the dogs in his lifetime. He saw a soul of a man who was made to eat garbage because he was an oppressor of poor and amassed his wealth by cheating them. A man was tied by hand and foot and was crushed into metallic press. He was a person who neglected his duties, was idle, and was ill-natured. But the fortune was his legs was exempted from hell because once he had performed good deeds of kicking a fodder to a sheep. He saw a soul of a man who was surrounded by demons. They were tearing his flesh and bones with iron comb. Why? Because he dishonored his words and broke his agreements. These were some sins mentioned in the book to soul in hell. The book also contains admonitions from different sources. First, from Ahura Mazda. Instruct men what you have seen. Tell them the benefits and rewards of heaven and punishments of hell. Ill-gotten wealth cannot be enjoyed. Let rich believe in God. Let prosperity not turn their minds. Fourth, as you sow, shall you reap. Fifth, in the matter of God, in the matter of religion, one should never doubt about the teachings of Zarathustra. Admonitions from Adaryezer and Saroshezer. First, without efforts, nothing can be attained. Every merit and labor will be rewarded. Prosperity and happiness may be followed by sorrow and illness. A person who cannot accept the ups and downs of life have to suffer for their punishment for their attitude. Let not set heart exclusively on the pleasures of the world, as a man cannot take anything from him with him after death. Fifth admonitions. Prepare well for the journey to a spiritual world. 6. A God is like a friend who will guide you, but first you have to walk in his own path and keep faith in him. A body is like a horse and a soul is like a rider. Both needs good deeds to support them. If one suffers, the other lacks. Similarly, and a man has to take greater care of him than his horse. Similarly, a man has to take greater care of his soul than his body. 8. God requires two things from man. First, keep oneself away from sin. And second, be grateful to Him for His blessings and teach others to do so. Ninth, don't be proud of health, vigor, riches and prosperity, as all these may pass away. Nothing remains but God. 10th, in wine, women, eating and drinking, avoid excess, as it not only brings your own punishment in the world, but also leads your soul to hell. If you ask for a boon to God, leave it to Him to be granted. For example, if you forcefully ask for offspring, it may bring disgrace to you. 11th, contentment is the happiest condition for a man. 12th, let parents set good examples for their children, teachers to their children, and masters to their servants. Admonitions of different souls at different stages of heaven. First, avoid sin. Keep faith in God. Remember the last day. Avoid temptations. Convey the man the necessity of prayers, wearing sudre and kusti, following the rituals and having good deeds. Third, joy of eternal world. The joy of heaven is eternal. The joy of earth is fleeting. Fourth, the souls at the Chinmad bridge told him that they have to wait for the soul to whom against whom they have sinned or to whom they have offended to come and forgive them. If they don't forgive, they have to keep wandering and wandering. These were some admonitions were taught by Ardhavira Fulani. I gave a short summary on them. It's a vast chapter, contains 101 chapters. I have told a gist of the Ardhavira Fulani. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you.
Any questions are there?
कोई ना कोई सवाल पूछो और